Hi everybody, that time again. It's time for Art is Fun with Nonna. And I've been working on some drawings and I think you'll enjoy them. We're still working with our basic shapes. And today we're going to be doing a square horse. So today we're going to be doing a square horse. A horse that also has rectangles in it. So I've turned my paper horizontally because I think I might have more room. So let's get started, and I hope you have your pencil and your eraser, and I have a little pencil sharpener which I like a lot. So let's make a rectangle, but we have to make it kind of on a diagonal. So we're going to start, this will be the end of the horse's mouth. Make one straight line there. And then I'm going to make another line on the top to make the top of the rectangle. And then I'll come on the opposite side and I will make a rectangle. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to take the top corner and I'm going to connect it to the corner on the right side on the top of the rectangle. That will make the horse's head. Now this is a little bit tricky, but what I want you to do is I want you to take your pencil and put it about halfway in the middle of this rectangle on this bottom side and draw an arc. Like an arc is part of a circle, so it's kind of round but it doesn't make the whole way across to the circle. That's going to be the horse's cheek. And then you're going to take your pencil and go to the end of the arc that you just made and just draw a little bit of a diagonal line because this is going to be his neck. We don't want it straight or he'll end up looking like a giraffe. So he's got to have a little bit of weight right there. Then we're going to take and we're going to make the top of the horse's neck. So we're going to go to the top right hand corner of your rectangle and just go again at a little bit of an angle, and we're going to make a neck. There we are. And you know what? I don't like this line here. I'm looking at my drawing, so I'm going to take my eraser, which your eraser is your buddy, and it's fine to use it. And I'm going to back that line up just a bit, because otherwise his neck is going to be a little bit too skinny. There we are. We want him to have a nice chunky neck. Now we have to give him some ears. So we're going to take and we're going to make a triangle on the top of his head, starting with at the right hand corner, the top right hand corner of the rectangle. We're going to make a line at a little bit of an angle and then come down. That's his first ear. But now he's got a little bit of bangs, a little bit of a mane we call it. And we're going to make some triangles that will represent his, well, we call it a forelock actually, but it's kind of like bangs on a horse. So there we go. We just make one triangle and then put the other triangle kind of behind this one. Because I can't see all the way into this triangle because there's something in front of it. So we're learning a little bit about perspective. And then we're going to take and we're going to make half of this triangle for the inside of his ear. Now we're free to go back up to this ear, almost to the top, but not quite. And we're just going to make a little triangle peeking out, and that's going to be his second ear. And of course he's got here, so we're going to put the opening in his ear, and that's just going to split that triangle kind of like in half. All right, now we're going to give him an eye. And remember I talked about an arc here. That's a part of a circle. So we're going to make an arc. If you go down from his mane, right about there, kind of at the top, but in the middle still, you're going to make a little arc. And then you're going to connect that arc with the point of a triangle on that end. And then where he sees his pupil, you're just going to make a little arc in the opposite direction of the first arc, kind of like that. And there's his eye. Now he's got to breathe because we may go for a ride and he needs to catch his breath. So we're going to make just an oval or a circle if you prefer. right about there. But I think a little egg-shaped oval is probably a good one. And then we're going to make it so his nose can open up and he can get some breath. Just like that. You're going to put a little arc on the left-hand side of that oval. I think he's a horse that's pretty happy about life, so we're going to make him smile a little bit. Another arc at the bottom of the rectangle here, and then another little arc to represent his little cheek. Now he needs his mane, he needs his hair on the top of his neck. So some horses actually have their manes cut, like a buzz cut almost. And that's what our horse is going to have. He's kind of a workhorse type. So we're just going to come up here right behind the ear, go up a little bit, and then pretend like you're making a really, really long rectangle. And that's going to be his mane. And to indicate that that's hair, we're going to make all of these little squares or rectangles. And just go down and repeat your pattern. Patterns are really important in art, and it just adds a little interest. It makes it more interesting for your viewer to look at. And I'm going to make it just a wee bit longer right there. And there you go. All right, so that is our square horse, or we could call him a rectangle horse. If I wanted to make it a square horse, I could take that line right there. And guess what? When I cut that rectangle in half, what do I have? I have two squares. So that's our horse. And I hope you really enjoyed making that, and I hope that you will color it, do whatever you want to make it your own. So don't forget, when we're drawing, you can actually pause the video so that you can kind of catch up if you've fallen a little bit behind or you're not sure exactly where to put. Some of these lines are a little bit more difficult, so you might need to watch it more than once. Pause the video, and that's fine. And use your eraser when you need to. Nothing has to be perfect. Nothing is perfect. So just do your best and keep practicing. That's the key. I hope you enjoyed drawing your horse today. Next time, we're going to give the horse a body and maybe something else so that it's a completely different animal. I hope you'll join me for next time for Artist Fun with Nonna. Remember to upload your drawings to our Facebook page. I'd love to see what you're doing. Color them and practice, practice, practice. You'll get better and better. You'll be really happy about it. All you budding artists, I'll tell you goodbye, and I'll see you next time on Artist Fun with Nonna. Bye-bye.